Hello, comic book guys and gals, and welcome to Comic Mag Musings. I'm your host, Bill Miller. Today we are doing a support video, and this is a support video or a 600 plus contest video for Spidercomics 7. My good friend Nick was kind enough to host this video and share some of his comic wealth with his YouTube comic book family. First and foremost, I would like to say congratulations, Nick. It's well deserved. Hopefully, within less than a year, we'll be celebrating your 1,000 sub success. So with that being said, Spidercomics 7 is hosting this contest, and these are the rules. You must be 18 or older. You must be subscribed to his channel. And it is for U.S. residents only. If you are outside of the U.S., you can prize tag someone. The contest ends on June 14th. So you got some time to get your video out there. What he wants is, he wants you to tell him who your favorite Marvel hero is, Marvel anti-hero, and Marvel villain. He also wants you to tell him what your favorite DC hero, anti-hero, and villain is. And if you have the comic books to show, that would be great, but that's certainly not necessary. So I'll start out with Marvel. And here is my favorite Marvel superhero. It is the Human Fly. He is just fantastic. He's based on a real-life stuntman from Canada, I believe. Rojat or something like that. He's not technically a superhero, but he does have one superhero ability. He is the only individual, alive or character-based, that I've found that's able to piss off, frustrate, and anger Metarock. I kid, I tease. Love you, Roger. That is not my favorite hero. We'll start off with DC. So it's kind of tough. Not as big on DC as I am on Marvel. And it could go back and forth. Batman technically isn't a supervillain, so I wouldn't count him. I mean, a superhero. Nor is Warlord, who's probably one of my favorites. So I went with Wonder Woman. And this is how I consumed most of my Wonder Woman stories. Showcase presents trade paperback volumes. And probably my favorite point, because some of the Golden Age Wonder Woman stuff was a little tough, but some of my favorite Wonder Woman stories are when she lost her powers. I believe it's through from like 176 to 203, I think. And this is a great trade set to consume those stories. 4-set series. And Mrs. Musings collects Wonder Woman, and particularly from that time frame. So I thought, what better to represent a superheroine than an issue from when she didn't have any superpowers. So here we go. This is Wonder Woman number 200. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous cover. And so for DC, my favorite superhero is Wonder Woman. Now, for DC, my favorite anti-hero, that one's pretty easy. Oh, and the reason, real quickly, the reason for Wonder Woman is one of the few enduring characters from the Golden Age. I love how she's steeped in Greek mythology, and like I said, the some of my favorite stories are when she gave up her powers or lost her powers, and was a disciple of I Ching. Just fantastic. Favorite anti-hero? This fella, Jonah Hex. And this again is a Showcase Presents volume. Jonah, I've always liked him. I've been collecting him for a while. I'm not a huge fan of the Western genre, but I think the way they did it with Jonah Hex was right. He has lots of adventures. He begrudgingly helps people, but he'd just rather be left alone and left to his own devices, and he would be just fine. It just turns out that that normally doesn't happen. And so for Jonah Hex, we have Jonah Hex #1. Love to get All-Star Western 10, I think it is. We'll see. I'd love to get a lot of things. So. And my favorite DC villain, super villain, technically it would be Man-Bat. But since I don't have a comic book with Man-Bat right now, we'll go with this guy who's right behind him, Bane. And technically this isn't mine either. This is Mini Musings. So the Wonder Woman's not mine. The Bane isn't mine. What are you going to do? So Bane would be my favorite supervillain for DC. Now, Marvel for real. My favorite superhero, that shifts and changes. Character would probably be, Conan would be up there certainly. But when you want to say superhero, Hulk would be in there, but he could almost be an anti-hero. He's fighting with the superheroes as much as he's helping them. So I went with this fella, Captain America. He's one of my faves. Depending upon the time of day and the time of year, he might be my favorite, he might not be. I might be into one of the others a little bit more. But these are the Marvel equivalents of Showcase Presents. These are Marvel Essential. There's one. And these are how I consumed all of the Silver and Bronze Age Captain America stories. And we've got Captain America #100. I've gotten some requests to show more videos with slabs, so I'll probably start doing a series. This is turning into like a live stream. I'll probably start doing a series from the vault where I show just slab books from particular titles. My favorite anti-hero from Marvel, that one's easy. And that would be this fella here, Ghost Rider. And this is how I consumed all of the early run Ghost Rider stories. Again, Marvel Essential. And we have Ghost Rider #1. Love to get Marvel Spotlight 5 in high grade, but we'll see how that works out. And lastly, my favorite Marvel villain. That's a tough one, but I think when it's all said and done, it would be this fella, Red Skull. And this is what? Cap 115. So there you have it. Those are my favorite DC and Marvel superheroes, anti-heroes, and supervillains. I hope you enjoyed seeing them. I want to thank Nick and Spidercomics 7 for hosting this contest. And I would like to prize tag Nostalgia Junkies. If you haven't seen their channel, I would encourage you to do so. It's fantastic. So if I'm fortunate enough to win, I will prize tag them. Again, thank you, Nick. Thank you, Spidercomics 7, for having the contest. And remember, let's switch this out. We're taking over the world, one comic book at a time.